Welcome everybody to the second lesson for New Headway Intermediate. Today what we're going to look at is page 8 and page 9. Yesterday we looked at this grammar, we did some vocabulary and we answered the questions here. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. The grammar is more about the way you speak and the reasons for doing so. I'll explain further, but first, let's get into vocabulary. All right? So, vocab. The first one here is geography. Now, geography is the study of the earth, the science of the earth. So it can do stuff, it's to do with glacial erosion, it's to do with the plates of the ground moving underneath us, earthquakes, volcanoes, all that scary, interesting stuff. Now, to say this is geography. Now say it with me, geography. Okay, and again, geography. Try a couple of times more. Geography. One last time, geography. Hopefully, you've got the pronunciation down to a T. Next one, French. Now, French is a nationality. It's the people from France. But it's also a subject and a language. French. Say after me. French. And again. French. And one last time. French. Now this one should be quite easy. It's only one syllable. Next one, again, one syllable. Now, a little bit of backstory to this one. Americans call it mathematics. But in the UK, we just call it maths. So, since I'm from the UK, we're sticking with maths. So, say it with me, maths. Okay, shouldn't be too difficult. Again, maths. And one last time, maths. Hopefully you've got that one. Next one. Every student's favorite thing in the world, homework. So, you know exactly what homework is, I'm guessing. You've probably had some in the past. It's when the teacher gives you work to do at home. It's a compound word. Home, work, stick it together, it creates homework. So say it after me. Homework. Hopefully you said that correctly. And again, homework. Okay, and one last time, homework. Awesome. Let's move on to this one. Rubbish. Now, two ways you can say this. The stuff that you see out on the street, some of you might call that garbage. British people call that rubbish. Okay, that's one way. The other way you can use that is if you're playing football and your friend has an open goal. So, a goal that is easily scored and he misses it. You would say, oh, you are rubbish. It means he's bad at that game, bad at football. Perhaps you're playing a game on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and your friend loses an easy battle. You would say, oh, you are rubbish, or you're rubbish. Okay? Means low in skill. Say it with me. Rubbish. Well done, well done. Again, rubbish. Okay, And one last time, rubbish. Hopefully you've got that one down. And last one is skiing. Now, you might be a little confused why it's a double I. And believe me, a lot of native English speakers sometimes only put one I because it's such an uncommon thing to have two I's next to each other in one word. But the reason for that is because you don't take the I out when you're adding the suffix of ing. Therefore, ski, ing, one word, skiing, has two I's. So, altogether, skiing. And again, skiing. Okay. One last time, skiing. Hopefully you got that one. So, fantastic. We've just done the vocab section of today's lesson. Now keep these in mind for later on in the lesson. If you're looking at your book, I'm sure you've seen a few of these words in the questions ahead. But stay with me. Let's move on to what is usually the grammar, but today it's more of a conversation, and it is in the book as a grammar spot. And it is about sounding polite. Now, when you travel to an English-speaking country, or you meet a native English speaker, when that person asks you a question, such as, do you like football? And your response is, yes. That person might feel that you're rude. The reason for that is because when you don't expand upon your first answer, we would call that being blunt. And it is a way to be passive-aggressive. Okay, you're not being outwardly aggressive, but you're being very rude purposefully. Now, we have had years of speaking English, obviously, in our native land. So when we hear foreign people saying that, some people who are perhaps ignorant, who don't understand that not everybody can speak English as well as a native English speaker, might take offense to that. That's their problem, but it is important that you are aware of that. So when someone asks you a question, don't respond with one-word answers. Expand upon something. So, questions such as, are you busy? The response should not be yes. The response should be, yes, I have been working on this project for 5 hours. I'm so tired. Okay? That would be one way to answer that question. Another question is, do you want to come out with me tonight for drinks? If the person answered no. Personally, I would be very offended by that. The person hasn't even given you the time of day to answer a full reason why. So you would answer no, comma, and then put the reason. Perhaps you're still working. Perhaps you have a night out with your girlfriend or boyfriend. It's up to you. So those are just some of the ways that you can be polite in an English conversation. Okay? So now we've got that out of the way, let's get into the book and answer some of these questions together. All right, so we're going to go straight into question 1, and this is an audio file. It's T1.4. So we're going to stop and start this the whole way through so that we can get all of the answers first, and then we can read it together. Let's have a listen.
Tape script 1.4. Making conversation.
So, kids, did you have a good day at school? No.
Yes, I did. We were practicing for the school concert.
Oh, lovely. Oh, do you have much homework?
Yes, I do. Loads.
Oh.
I've got... I've got geography, French and maths. Have you got a lot, Nick?
Yeah. Nick, have you remembered your football kit? Ball kit?
No, he hasn't. He's forgotten it again.
Oh, Nick, you know it needs washing. Are you playing football tomorrow? Tomorrow?
No.
Lily, do you need your sports kit tomorrow?
Yes, I do. I've got a hockey match after school. We're playing the high school.
Oh, didn't they beat you last time?
Yes, they did. But we'll beat them tomorrow.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Your team's rubbish.
I've got a hockey match after school. We're playing the high school.
Oh, didn't they beat you last time?
Yes, they did. But we'll beat them tomorrow.
No, you won't. Your team's rubbish.
Okay, that's enough, children. Do up your seatbelts. Let's go.
All right, so I've got the answers on the board here. Hopefully you've read through and you've also got the same answers. Let's read this together. So kids, did you have a good day at school? No. A prime example of not sounding polite in English. Now, Nick clearly has had a bad day, so he is being very, very blunt with his mother. Okay? Now listen to Lily's reply. Lily: yes, I did. We were practicing for the school concert. See, she replies yes, and then she goes on to give a reason why she had such a good time at school. That's a very good example of how to sound polite in English. Okay? The mother will react better to Lily than to Nick, simply because of the language that Nick is using and the way he is speaking. Okay, it's very important that you understand that. It's the rhythm in his voice and the bluntness of his words. Let's continue. We are here. Oh, lovely. Do you have much homework? Oh, yes, I do. Loads. I've got geography, French, and maths. Do you got a lot, Nick? Have you got a lot, Nick? I was looking there, I do apologise. Have you got a lot, Nick? Nick: yeah. Again, not sounding polite. Then Nick: have you remembered your football kit? Nick: Lily: no, he hasn't. He's forgotten it again. Ruth: oh, Nick, you know it needs washing. Are you playing football tomorrow? Nick: no. Ruth: Lily, do you need your sports kit tomorrow? And it's important when you see italics used like this during a conversation that you really pronounce that word. So you see the word your, it's written in italics. So you wouldn't just say you need your sports kit tomorrow. It's you need your sports kit tomorrow. Remember that. Yes, I do. I've got a hockey match after school. We're playing the high school. Ruth: didn't you Didn't they beat you last time? Lily, yes they did, but we'll beat them tomorrow. And Nick, no you won't. Your team's rubbish. Ruth, okay, that's enough children. Do up your seatbelts, let's go. So clearly, a great brother and sister relationship, very similar to what I had with my younger sister, but hopefully you got the exact same answers as I did. Well done if you did. What we're going to do is move on to number 2, and I want you to listen to T1.5 with me. This is where you're going to rewrite Nick's lines in exercise 1 to make him sound a bit more polite. Okay? So you listen to T1.5 now, and you change the language to make it more polite. All right. So, for question 3, I want you to work in groups of 3. If you can't, practice with one other person, and one person can be 2 characters. Okay? I want you to use rhythm, speed, all that sort of thing in your language. I don't want you to just be reading it as if you're reading off a page like this. I want you to add a bit of rhythm and character into your voice. Okay? So, oh, Nick, you know it needs washing. Okay? The way a mother would speak to her child. Got it? Now, since we've done that, and hopefully you've completed 2 and 3 at home by yourself, we're going to move on to the practice here. Now, this is going to be matching everything. And we're going to listen to T1.6, and if you could practice with a partner, that would be fantastic. And again, it even tells you, pay attention to stress and intonation. Okay? This is you adding character into your voice. Okay, so question 1 on this page under practice. You can see there A is a question, B the response, and then C an extra part to the response, a reason. Okay? And I want you to follow the flow. So as you can see with the first one, did you hear that noise? B replies, yes I did. I think it was thunder. Okay? So we're going to listen to 1.6 and go through that together.
Tape script 1.6. 1.
Did you hear that noise?
Yes, I did. I think it was thunder.
2.
Are you doing anything tonight?
No, I'm not. Do you want to come round?
So, are you doing anything tonight? No, I'm not. Do you want to come round? So, are you doing anything tonight? No, I'm not. And then, do you want to come round? Okay? So this is just a flow of conversation. We're giving reasons. We're adding an extra layer onto your language. Now, number 3. Have you seen my mobile phone anywhere? Let's have a listen.
3.
Have you seen my mobile phone anywhere?
No, I haven't. Have you lost it again?
So, have you seen my mobile phone anywhere? No, I haven't. Have you lost it again? Clearly, you can tell that this person loses their phone often by this man's exasperated voice. So let's put it on the board. Have you seen my mobile phone anywhere? No, I haven't. And have you lost it again? Down here. There we go. Now, Let's listen to number 4.
4.
Did you get those shoes you liked?
No, I didn't. They didn't have my size.
So, did you get those shoes you liked? The response is, no, I didn't. And then they go on to further say, they didn't have my size. Okay, are you starting to understand why it's important to have a deeper understanding of vocabulary? It allows you to add so much extra depth onto your sentences. Now, number 5, is it time for a break?
5.
Is it time for a break?
Yes, it is, thank goodness.
Number 5, is it time for a break? Yes, it is. Thank goodness. Pay attention to the sound of his voice, okay? The stress there and the intonation. So, when he says, yes, it is, listen to the pace of his words. It's very pointed and direct. Yes, it is. Meaning, yes, let's get out of here. So, time for a break. Yes, it is. And thank goodness. All right. Hopefully, you got all of those answers, and hopefully you can understand the point that I'm stressing over and over again is to add something to your voice when you're speaking English. It adds character, it adds personality. If you speak like a robot, no one will listen to what you say with any interest. So if you want people to listen to you, you've got to be interesting. So let's move on to the class survey. Now, unfortunately, we can't do an entire survey from here, from the classroom. Now, if we could do a poll on eSchool Cambodia, that would be great, but it'd be a bit pointless for this one section. So, find out about the students in your class, read the class survey, answer the questions about you, add 2 more questions. If you're with a group, you're able to do this. If you're not, you're sort of unable to do this. So we'll have to pass this part over, unfortunately, since we don't have a large group. Okay? Now, look at question 6, where it says, there is one mistake in each sentence. Find it and correct it. Now, I'm going to come back and you'll see the answers on the board. But pause it now before you see all the answers. All right, so question 6. There is one mistake in each sentence. Find it and correct it. Hopefully, you've already been through this and you've got the same answers as me. So, let's have a look. Number 1. Ray comes from Canada and he speaks French and English. The mistake, speaks. He speaks French and English. Well done if you got that. Number 2. Which subjects Susan is studying at university? Now, it's quite simple there. Which subjects is Susan studying at university? Just flipped it around. So they had Susan is, you change it to is Susan. And number 3, do you like football? Yes, I like. Now, if you had I like it, that's also correct. But for this one, we've just changed like to do. Number 4, did you watch the match last night? Quite an obvious one. Did you watch the match last night? Okay? Even though it happened in the past, talking about tenses, student here, what would you call this? Okay, correct. And next one, number 5. What does your parents do at the weekend? What do your parents do at the weekend? Okay. Next one, I think is going to rain. You should put, I think it is going to rain or it's going to rain. That would be the abbreviated version. Now, number 7. What was you talking to the teacher about? The correct word to put in place of was is where. What were you talking to the teacher about? And number 8, last one of the lesson. I don't think John's arrived yet. Should change it to I don't think John's arrived yet. Now, well done if you got all of them correct. So, thank you so much for watching Lesson 2 of New Headway Intermediate. Next lesson will be coming to you very shortly, and I am looking forward to seeing all of you in the comments. We'll be doing a live grammar lesson on eSchool Cambodia's Facebook. I'm really hoping to see some of you there. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Bye-bye.